So, first of all, welcome to St. Patrick's Cathedral. Cardinal Dolan likes to call this America's Parish Church. Okay? My name is John. I've been here since 2013 doing tours and doing the history of the place. And I have also grew up in this church. So I know about St. Patrick's. And if I can't answer your questions, I'll make up something and you'll go away feeling good that you learned something. It's probably going to be correct. So we'll have a good time. Firstly, welcome. I can't think of a better way to spend my 70th birthday than with some fellow veterans. Thank you. I was in the Marine Corps in 1972 to 75. So it's good to be with some fellow vets. There's not that many of us left anymore. Okay? It's our second year doing this, Pat and I, and I couldn't be happier. Okay, a little bit about the place. Get going with that because I know you got places to be. This place is the work of three geniuses. The first one's name is John J. Hughes. He came from County Tyrone, Ireland. He came here in 1817. He was born in 1797. He was our first archbishop. First bishop and archbishop of New York. The second person we're going to talk a little about, his name is John McCluskey. He was our second archbishop. And he was, he was the first cardinal in North America. Okay. The third person we're going to talk a little bit about is James Renwick. James Renwick is the person who designed this place. He was the architect who designed it. A little bit about John Hughes. John Hughes came out of County Tyrone, Ireland, got here in 1817 at the age of 20. He came here, having left Ireland, to escape religious persecution. The story is one of his sisters had passed away, and when his father and his family went to the cemetery to bury her, they would not let a priest go into the cemetery. John, as a young man, he was probably about 18, went into the cemetery, got a handful of dirt, came out with it. The priest blessed it. He went back inside, tossed the dirt on the grave. That was as close as a Christian burial as she could have. In 1817, he came here. His father came first with his oldest brother. He came next by himself, aboard a sailing vessel, as they all did. Got here, and his mother and two sisters came later. When he got here, he went to Emmitsburg, Maryland, to hopefully to get into the seminary. Well, he did not get into the seminary. The gentleman who was in charge of the cemetery, his name was Father Dubois. Father Dubois didn't allow John Hughes into the seminary. I would like to think for one of three reasons. One, he just didn't have a lot of traditional education. In Ireland, he really couldn't go to school in the same sense as most people did. Second, seminary was extremely crowded. It was the only seminary in North America at the time in 1817. The third reason is he just didn't like John Hughes. John Hughes was, as my Irish grandmother would say, there's two kinds of Irishmen, Joni. There's the kind who sit in the corner and read, pontificate life, write poetry. Then there's the people like you, meaning me. You could argue with yourself in the mirror, okay?